You know, when we think of limu, we think of it as something that floats in the ocean or something you put in your poke. But did you know that this algae goes so much more beyond that? And that by learning about it and working as a skilled algae worker, you can make up to tens of thousands of dollars annually. Windward Community College has created classes to help you reach that potential. Here to talk to us about it is Dr. Dave Krupp. He is our professor of marine and biological science at Windward Community College, and Herb Lee Jr. You and Junior, I don't know. Wow, your daddy must be unreal. CEO and president of the Pacific American Foundation. Gentlemen, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Yeah,
really.
Okay, so I just got to let you folks know that Dr. Krupp is my professor from Windward Community College. I was in the marine biology program with him as well. But Dr. Krupp, please tell us and tell our viewers, why Limu?
Why Limu? Well, first thing is to think about all the different things you can do with Limu, right? I mean, of course, the first thing that comes to mind is food, right?
Yes.
People want to eat and stuff like that, but there's so much more to it, you know, and especially if you look at, you know, Hawaiian traditional uses and practices, you know, Limu used in various cultural and traditional ways, like various ceremonies and things like that. So there's long cultural attachment to Limu. I should say, you know, Limu, for most people, is seaweed. It's a little broader than that.
Okay,
actually.
Tell me about that.
So there's.
What does it encompass?
You know, you can have in freshwater or terrestrial environments mosses and something called liverworts, and even lichens were sometimes referred to as limu by the Hawaiians. And also these animals that occur on the reef that kind of look like plants, but they are actually closely related to sea anemones and things. We call them zoanthids, but they often have bright green colors to them, so they look like algae, all right? But our program is really about the limu we think of as seaweed or macroalgae, but it also involves microalgae, microscopic single-celled algae, as well as the macroalgae.
This is amazing. I didn't know that about how limu encompasses all of those things. And I love it that these college courses, you know, college courses can be very expensive, right? Mm-hmm. But these classes are being offered for free. How is that happening?
Well, it's happening because we received a big grant, $3.5 million for 5 years from the National Science Foundation Tribal Colleges and Universities program to establish essentially a Kilo Loco center in Limu research. And that's done in collaboration. Our biggest partner in all of that is Pacific American Foundation and the work they're doing with aquaculture at the fish pond. So,
at Waikalua
Yeah.
Yes. Herb, go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you folks have been doing.
Yeah, so for the last 30 years, we've been restoring Waikalua loko'ia. There's not many of the loko'ia left, you know, since history. There were about 500, and, you know, about 90% of them are gone. So in the last 30 years, you know, we have been restoring Waikalua loko, and also learning so much and having wonderful partnerships like with, you know, Windward College and many, many others. And I'm really interested in limu as a food.
Oh yeah,
you know?
absolutely, absolutely.
You know, and we hope that, you know, we can grow limu on a regular basis and feed our community again.
Absolutely.
Just like these loko'ia was originally intended.
So I imagine that this is some of the things that the students are going to learn, these skills and this knowledge that they're going to obtain are the things that they're going to be learning in the classes. Now, I know that there's a TCU Enterprise Advancement Center in Limu Research, and you've told us about that, so thank you so much. But what about those that want to get into this? How can they start signing up and applying for this? And when do these classes start?
Okay, so the classes start mid-August. I think August 26th is
coming up
the starting
soon,
of classes. Yeah, and in order to register for classes, they need to make an application to the college by August 1. I think there's an application fee, but the tuition for the class is totally waived. So you enroll in the class, you're not going to get charged tuition. There's several classes we're offering this fall through Windward Community College. One is Botany 111, okay, which is Introduction to Algae. So
that's the one that's online, right?
That's online, asynchronous online. Then face-to-face class, Nalimu Hawaii, a Hawaiian Studies class. It has a lecture component and a lab component that talks about traditional practices and uses and you know, how Native Hawaiians, you know, used limu in the past, as well as now, right? And teaching people how to grow it and those kinds of things. And we'll be utilizing some of the resources at the fish pond for
That is
some of that
amazing. Thank you so much for collaborating on something so important to our people and making it free for our Hawaii. We appreciate you folks very much.
Thank you.
Mahalo for being with us, family.
All
Right on. And time for us to go to a break. We'll be right back right here on Island Life Live. Okay, now I got to reapply right for school.